Hey everybody, thank you for taking the time to watching the channel and visiting my video. So let's get right into it. We got an article straight coming from The Conversation. In the headline, as you can see, Chernobyl has become a refuge for wildlife 33 years after the nuclear accident. And just to give you, if you're not too sure about the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, I'll give you like a quick little segue. It was actually reactor number 4 on April 26, 1986, where an actual technical test was conducted and an explosion happened. So, and as a result of the Soviet Union at the time, 400 times more of that radiation was dumped with the atomic bomb in Hiroshima, Japan in 1945. So you can see how this is really alarming with all this radiation that's taking effect in this area. So, and what this devastating effect that it did to the environment. But one area that was really affected was the Red Forest, and it received the highest level of the radiation. So there was actually a study conducted in this area that looked into the environment when it came to the mammals and all the animals that were in here. And this article actually dives a little bit into it. So no further ado, let's see what they found. So article states here, the studies were conducted in March 2019, but to give you a quicker just into it, highlighted this area, these studies showed that the area hosts great biodiversity. In addition, they confirmed the general lack of big negative effects. Remember, the general lack of big negative effects of current radiation levels of the animal and the plant population living in Chernobyl. And remember now, this area was hit with the highest levels, 400 times of the sustainable level. So just want to make sure I clarify that. And all the study groups maintain stable and viable populations inside the exclusive zone. So this is actually really good news, alarming news, because we would think that this would take, decades after decades, and like centuries for all of this for Mother Nature to take its effect. But as you can see, I would dare to say that these mutations actually start happening, but I don't want to get too far with myself. Let's keep reading here. As I'll highlight here, a clear example of the diversity of the wildlife in the areas given by the TREE project, the transfer exposure effects, led by Nick Brasford of the UK Centre of Ecology and Hydrology. As a part of this project, motion detection cameras were installed for several years in different areas of the exclusion zone. It's where they actually separated off to where the most of the radiation was happening. So the photos recorded by these cameras reveal the presence of abundant fauna at all levels of radiation. These cameras record the first observation of brown bears, large mammals, now ladies and gentlemen, and European bison inside the Ukrainian side of the zone, as well as the increase of number of wolves and Provosco horses. So there's not just animals here and there, but there's actually a wildlife that's actually sustaining itself to this day. That's this videos being out to you for all these animals being present. So this is really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, here are some of the photos that were taken. See if I can enlarge it for you guys. No, I can't, but I'll leave the link for you guys. But yeah, and here's another one that's actually really interesting. Well, you guys are going to flip. Our own work with the amphibians of Chernobyl has also detected abundant populations across the exclusion zone, even on the more contaminated areas. Furthermore, we have also found signs that could represent adaptive responses to life with radiation. For instance, frogs with the exclusion zones are darker than frogs living outside it, which is possible defense against radiation. And as I just said, a mutation just occurred there. That's actually what they're saying. Just to break it down, like for you to live in this area, I would say generations after generations, your genome was going to actually change to adapt to your environment. And it just goes to show that mammals and animals in general just the things that we can contribute and just adapt. We're really adaptable creatures, even humans. But as with everything, yes, there were some side effects that I do want to point out in this article, which they do make a point to say. But once I show you this, you'll be astonished. So let me not get ahead of myself. I'll continue here. Studies have detected some negative effects of radiation at an individual level. For example, some insects seem to have a shorter lifespan and are more affected by parasites in areas of high radiation. Some birds also have higher levels of albinism, as well as physiological and genetic alterations, genetics, when living in highly contaminated localities. Now listen to this. This is the part where I want you guys to close in on, and I'm going to emphasize it on it twice. But these effects don't seem to affect the maintenance of wildlife population in the area. Did you guys just catch that? Like, I'll say it one more time. But these effects don't seem to affect the maintenance of wildlife population in the area. What does that say to you guys? Like I just said again, these animals, this wildlife ecosystem is thriving in the highest level of the radiation area, as it says in the article. So as I just presented to you, you could see why numerous scientists, anthropologists, and all these people would want to come here and actually study these animals in the environment, so it could actually tell us about the fallouts in the future if, well, God willing, nothing bad were to happen. But it just goes to show you that you can't beat Mother Nature, man. It always has its way of coming back and mutating and to better itself in this environment. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring this article. Again, I'll leave the link for you guys in the bottom. But yeah, what do you guys think about the Chernobyl area after 33 plus years and all these animals still thriving? Yes, some of them have a little bit lifespans or are more susceptible to getting more parasites, but through and all, these animals are thriving in this ecosystem and this wildlife is going on. So that's very interesting, and that says a lot too. So what about us? Well, I know like radiation, a lot of people died too, but anywho, don't want to get across. But yeah, so thank you for taking the time to watching the video. More content is on the way. And like I said, you see my surroundings a little different. Sorry for the video quality again. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Okay, guys. Thanks.